So, good morning. Well, good evening for you. Good morning from my side, yeah, in London. So, it's another week, and we wanted to catch up a little bit further, dig a little bit deeper into the Gallup report. We've spoken about a few things from well-being, and one of the things we've really landed on, and I think is core, that we both agree with is building trust and having that strong foundation of trust. When we refer back to the Gallup report, if you look at some of the specific areas that can contribute to burnout, such as not having your problems listened to and not having teamwork, really they all form the basis of trust. So this is the thing that we really wanted to explore on. So I wanted to really just ask you from your perspective, and with leaning into what we've been saying about wanting to give some tips and tricks to leaders and managers out there, what would you say would be something good that could be implemented? I mean, I've spoken about a couple of things previously, and from just simple little things, even in today's world now, with us all being on Zoom meetings all the time, and there's obviously the Zoom fatigue that's happening, it's just integrating little things that help and encourage communication and connection with individuals, because we don't have that opportunity now to stand by the water cooler and do these things. So, one of the things I've been telling my clients is just to create like a little bingo sheet with, the type of holiday, your favorite holiday, or having been to some area or been to a school, and you circulate that round, and everybody then has to find someone who's had something similar, and you can get to cross off your bingo. So it just gets people to kind of start reaching out to people that they otherwise maybe wouldn't have spoken to. So what about from you? What kind of tips would you say, or things that you think work quite well for leaders and managers in the organization?
I think one activity that team leaders and business leaders could take on fairly simply in order to build trust would be to just pose two questions to their team members or their organization. The first would be, what would be descriptive behaviors and values you would use to describe a high performance team, a team that you would be proud of and that you'd like to be part of? And then, in the same vein, to ask the second question, which is, what are the observable behaviors and description you would use for a team that you would think is undesirable, a team that you wouldn't be or wouldn't want to be part of? What could be interesting then for that leader is to just observe the words that come through in describing the first and the second team. What I find is some of the common words that come through are trust, open communication, active listening, collaboration. And that typically are words used to describe high performance teams that people want to be part of. And common words that come out in terms of teams that are not desirable is blame culture, no accountability, lack of commitment. And having run through this activity is just to consider the third question. If all of us want the same things in developing a team, why is it missing? What are the hurdles that are actually preventing the team or us from actually creating what we see as important behaviors and values to be part of a team that we want to be of? What's missing?
Yeah. And that's a great point, because it really lends itself into the section with Gallup's report about making everybody's opinions count. So actually asking the question, what do you want? What don't you want? So such a great and powerful activity, and it doesn't take long at all. You can do it in a meeting, and it's not going to be, it's not too much to ask of people, and you'll be surprised, the positive response that comes. So that's absolutely great tip. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I hope that anyone that's watching gives this a chance, and you'll see the positive response that you get from your employees. So thanks, Earl.
Indeed. Thank you, Adele. You have a good evening ahead.